Hey everybody, it's the OMAD Dad. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, a channel that is dedicated to living the OMAD lifestyle or eating just one meal a day. Well, I hope yesterday all of you had a really great Father's Day. All of you OMAD dads out there have had a really great Father's Day. I know I certainly did, spending time with my family. I've had a little bit of a transition in my life the past couple of weeks, which is why you haven't heard too much from me. I think you've heard me allude to it. Before I get into today's topic, I'd like to talk a little bit about the change in my life. I recently got a new job, and I'm now in charge of the food program for, I won't name the organization, but we help pre-kindergarten children who are under the poverty level. They receive education and care, and they get fed and have food for the day. And so now I'm in charge of that program for my little area here in Massachusetts, and it's a very rewarding program. It's great to see the kids. I love kids. And the other positive aspect of it is that I don't have that restaurant schedule anymore. So I'm not working really late at night. I'm not working crazy hours. It's a more consistent schedule, so I get to see my family at night. I have the weekends off. But what it means for my OMAD practice is that I get stability. And as I was saying in a previous video, you know, when you can have your OMAD meal at the same time every day, you get into a nice set routine, and it makes the process so much easier and so much smoother. And this is where I am now. See, I had a little bit of stability before when I first started my OMAD, and then the schedule where I was working was getting a little bit too crazy and all over the place. But now that it's a little bit more consistent, I'm finding that it's like really super easy to do and super smooth, and it's really kind of effortless. So either way, I'm really happy about the new position. It's really rewarding, and I can't wait to see where it takes me. But I want to get into today's subject. Today's subject is about escaping dieters' mentality. And I say there are four main points and reasons as to why four main points as to what makes up dieters' mentality, in my opinion. And the reason you want to sort of escape that is because when you're in dieters' mentality, you never really get to fully enjoy the process. I guess the analogy I would use would be like you're in a perpetual state of homework in school, and at some point you want to know that that homework has got you somewhere, has got you that diploma, and that you could move on with your life and begin to do what you want to do. It's kind of the same way with, you know, your diet, whatever it happens to be, whether it's OMAD or some other form of time restricted eating, or maybe you have a more traditional diet plan, you just happen to click on this video. Getting out of dieters' mentality will allow you to just be and to just kind of do what you have to do in a healthy way. So if any of these four components that I'm about to mention are something that you're doing, then you may want to think about rethinking how you're approaching your diet. So number one part of the dieter's mentality I think that needs to go is those who are always in a hurry. If you're always in a hurry, you're kind of missing the point. It would be pretty easy, as I've said before, to really just lose weight if that's what you want to do. I mean, you could do like what the snake diet guy does, and just not eat anything, and just, you know, go on an extended water fast and make sure you have a little bit of electrolytes, and you could probably go for quite a long time and lose some weight. But it's not really, as a long-term practice, it's not really healthy for you. And a lot of people who do that plan realize that. And yeah, you can lose weight. You can lose weight doing almost anything, but looking at the big picture in the long run, it's not sustainable for the long run. And people who are in a hurry, you know, don't really get that good baseline, that good structure down that they need so that they can do that program for the rest of their life, because they're so focused on, I have to hurry up and do this, you know. Like, I see it on social media a lot where people will say, hey, they'll ask a question in some of the intermittent fasting groups that I'm in, and they'll say, how long do you think it'll take me to lose 30 pounds? Well, it's different for every person, and you're approaching it the wrong way. That's the main point. And what you should be asking is, how can I lose 30 pounds safely and effectively, but without completely changing and uprooting my life? That would probably be a more effective question. So that's one aspect of dieter's mentality, is that you're always in a hurry. Number two, not feeling good enough. If you don't feel good enough, then you're really not ever even going to get started doing this in the first place. You have to love yourself enough to know that you are a good person, that you are worth it, and it's okay to change aspects of yourself, but you still have to love yourself enough to have that sort of middle ground, to recognize when things are wrong in your life and fix them, but at the same time, don't be so hard on yourself that you just you're stuck there. And if you, as I've said, if you don't feel that you're good enough, then you're probably not even going to get started, not just in this plan, but anything. So you have to realize that, yes, you are good enough, that you are okay. But it's okay to want to improve your life and improve your health. The third aspect I found is when people say, I'll be there when. This is another thing I see on social media a lot too, or when people email me and write me. Another part of a dieter's mentality is that you can't recognize your successes. And it's like, well, I'll be there when. In other words, they'll say to themselves, they may even hit their goal or get very close to it, and they've made amazing progress, but they can never recognize that because they have this ideal up here in the clouds somewhere of what really the perfect human being should be, and it's unachievable and unattainable for almost everyone. A lot of this has to come with our culture. We look at magazines and modeling and advertisers, and most of the people that you see on those magazine covers and that do modeling, most of them are just airbrushed, those pictures that you see, and we have this sort of false reality of what beauty actually is. But often what people will do is, even if they hit their goal, they'll look at themselves and say, oh, well, geez, I don't like this little spot over here. Or, okay, yeah, I lost the weight and I'm doing healthy, but I got to make it more complicated. Let me see, maybe I can go to the gym and my arms have to be up to here. And there's nothing wrong with going to the gym, don't get me wrong. But at some point, you have to recognize that you've hit it, you've made your goal, and then you can more easily transition into maintenance, which is another skill set that you're going to have to learn. But you also get this sense of accomplishment and the patting on the back, which you do deserve, because this is hard. And many Americans and humans in the Western world, all over the planet, many people really do struggle with trying to keep the weight off and losing it. I mean, it's hard. If it were so easy, then everyone in the world would be rail thin, and we wouldn't have a word called obesity. It would be so rare. But it's hard, and you need to be able to recognize that it's hard. And when you do hit your goals and when you accomplish something, you really do have to be okay with it and get to a place where you feel good enough with your progress to where you can transition to maintenance, and this is just your way of life now. And otherwise, you're going to feel like you're on a perpetual diet. You're always going to feel, as I've made the analogy before, you're going to feel like you're constantly having to do homework for that diploma that's never coming. And that's no way to live. It will make you crazy. And then the fourth aspect of dieter's mentality that has to go is not enjoying the process. I've said it before that if you don't enjoy the process, if you're not happy, if you don't enjoy what you're doing, then you need to find another plan. Because if you don't enjoy it, then you're not going to stick to it. And if you don't stick to it, then the results aren't going to come. And if the results don't come, then why in the hell are you doing it in the first place? So maybe intermittent fasting is not for you. I hope that it is. I know OMAD is for me. I've tried other diets before, and I was miserable. Not only could I not get into the groove of it and make it into a way of life for the long term, but it just every aspect of it made me feel miserable, and it just I could not get it to work for me. And then when I discovered OMAD and intermittent fasting, it's become such an ingrained way of life for me that I can't see myself doing anything else. And that's how I know that's why I've done this channel. I know I found something really great, and I want to go on top of the mountain and scream on the top of my lungs, telling everybody that I can about it, because it really does work if you give it its fair shot. So the point I'm trying to make is if you don't enjoy the process, then you're always going to feel like you're on a diet. And yes, you are restricting your calories. You are, in a sense, kind of on a diet by eating one meal a day, other than the sense that you get to eat what you like and what the foods that really do work for you. But you want to get to a place where you're enjoying the process, because if you enjoy the process, then you don't have to analyze it all of the time and feel like you're on a diet. And if you enjoy it, you just do it. It just becomes a way of life. You don't think about it. It's like brushing your teeth every day. You don't sit for hours on end and analyze, geez, is this tooth whiter than that tooth? Did I really get all the bacteria out this time? On and on and on. No, it's your time to eat. You eat, you enjoy it, and then you move on to the next task that you have to do. So those are, in my opinion, 4 aspects of dieter's mentality that if you can overcome and crush, then you will more easily be able to make this into a way of life, or any way of eating for that matter. You'll be able to approach life with a zest and this zeal that will just make everything seem so effortless. And I really wish you guys the best of luck in getting there too. And I know you guys are all going to hit your goals, and I just want to see you out there hitting your goals, crushing what you need to get done, beating obesity, beating all of these pesky little health problems that we shouldn't have, and being able to live a very sustainable, long life. That is it for me today. I hope you guys are having a really great week. I hope you guys are having a very happy OMAD. And, of course, be well.